Hello all. So today I'm talking about a 2008 to 2018 Toyota 2.5 liter, what the engine firing order is, cylinder numbers, the ignition coil and injector location, and a quick overview of how you go about it replacing an injector and a coil. And the 2.5 liter engine was used inside of several different vehicles from 2008 to 2018. And so to make this easier to understand, I made up this diagram. So first up, the cylinder locations. When you open up the hood, starting on the passenger side, they're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The engine firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. The coils are going to be right up here on top of the engine, and the fuel injectors are back here up against the firewall. They're kind of hard to get to back in there. I'm going to show you some other pictures with the engine out of the vehicle, but just notice right here that this is the oil dipstick, just so you know where the layout of the engine is. And so here's the 2.5 liter removed from the vehicle. Here's the coils right here. They're just held in place with a 10 millimeter wrench. They're really easy to remove. They just have a plug and that 10 millimeter wrench. And once you remove that, they just pull out. If you're getting an injector code like a P0351, injector coil A, that would be this one. This would be B on number 2 cylinder. C would be on number 3 cylinder. And D would be on number 4 cylinder. If you get a code and it's only one code, it's not multiple codes, then you can't just swap one out with the good one and just see if the problem follows. And that'll quickly tell you whether or not it's the coil or if it's in the wiring. For example, say you get like a P0353 ignition coil C, then you know this coil on cylinder number 3 is having a problem, but you're not getting no codes on say like cylinder number 4. Then you can't just swap them out. You just see if the problem follows. If the problem does follow, then you know you got a bad coil. And if the problem doesn't follow, if it stays on cylinder number 3, then you know it's in the wiring. Next up, I'm going to go to the fuel injectors, which is going to be up behind here. So here's the other side of the engine. And these right here are going to be the fuel injectors right down here, these green things right here. And they're sitting on this fuel rail right here, which is this bar that goes all the way across. So to remove these, the first thing is that you got to remove this fuel line over here, which requires a special tool to remove. I'm going to jump over on Amazon real quick just to give you an idea what I'm talking about. There's a special fuel line disconnect tool that you need to get to remove that fuel line. You can just get a real low cost one, or you can get a whole kit, however you want to do it. If you don't want to wait for an Amazon delivery, they'll also have them at an auto parts store. But however you want to do it, you're going to need this tool to remove that fuel line from the fuel rail. So once you get that fuel line off with that special tool, there's going to be a total of 5 bolts. You're going to have 3 10 millimeter bolts, which are located right here, and right here. And then you're going to have 2 12 millimeter bolts, which are located right here and right here. And of course, you need to unplug the fuel injectors, and then the whole thing is going to come out. A few things to mention real quick. One thing to mention is that there's 2 spacers that you don't want to fall out behind those 2 12 millimeter bolts. There's little black things right up in here and right over here. Here's a closer picture of what one looks like. They're just little spacers that just sit on there and they can't come off. So just keep an eye on those, that if they do come off, you want to put them back on. Also, when you remove those fuel injectors, there's a seal inside of there that goes around there. So sometimes they pull off with the fuel rail and the injector. So you want to keep an eye on that. Here's one that's still in there. And here's a picture of one that got pulled out. So that's just another thing you want to keep an eye out for. Once you get this whole fuel rail out, these are real easy to replace. You just pull them out and put your new ones in. And then assembly is just going to be the reverse of everything you just did to pull it out. The hardest part, like I said, is that it's up against the firewall, so it's hard to get down in there. And then right here, getting this fuel line off, you need that special tool to get it off. Otherwise, that's basically it. And so I think I covered everything. If I missed something, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me, and I'll try to answer them if I can. But that's basically it. If this video helps you, please click like.